Okay, so roughly the things I expect you to know for an exam. Okay, let's see, what have we talked about?
Matrices.
Linear.
Matrices.
We're not doing that.
Never sure how to spell this word. I'm gonna go with this.
No I.
It's probably not how this
There's
word
just
is spelled.
There's no I.
There's no I.
Actually, no, it's.
I don't care, I'm done with
Okay.
Matrix.
it. I appreciate you trying to make this correct, but it's already me, so it's not getting to be correct.
It looks like
Cryptography?
Okay, so,
Cryptography.
okay, so there are other, cryptography is probably a thing. What else was a thing?
Leon Teeth model.
Leon Teeth models,
Including his
name.
full name.
His name.
Oh,
including
no.
his full name, which is
I forgot.
Something
Wasilevich.
We all
Leontiev.
forgot it already.
Wasilevich. Make sure you look up how many L's are in that.
2 L's in the first name, 1 L in the second name.
He said look up, don't tell everyone. It's a surprise.
Oh, I'll look at it. 2 L's in the first name, 1 L in the second name.
Alright, then I think we need some things about matrices. So what do I expect you to know how to do?
Read a word problem, put it on the chart, I guess.
Multiply,
Do you want us to identify dimensions? Like be able to say it's like a 2-1?
Finding the
Yeah,
inverse.
so I'd like you to be able to figure out that it's n by m, right? Something like that.
Inverses.
I'd like for you to be able to find an inverse.
M by N.
Why?
Alphabetical
Augmented
order.
matrices.
Oh my god.
Why?
I wrote that in
Throw your notes away. They're done.
They're useless.
Go ahead, blame me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
but Still.
Augmenting them.
So matrices, let's see, size, inverses, augmentation, algebra,
Determinant. Or determinants.
determinants.
Math.
Math. Yeah.
Okay. By math with matrices, I mean a lot of these things. See, what else can you do? What else have you guys learned?
What do you mean by algebra? Is that just like multiplying, adding, subtracting?
You know, so you know how to multiply matrices together, you know how to add and subtract them, you know how to multiply a matrix by a scalar,
Okay.
those kinds of things.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by matrix algebra. Really, I should say matrix arithmetic, but I'll
They
get
say
that.
all this stuff.
What?
Never said what a scalar was.
Except for division.
Oh, multiply by a number. Scalars.
Coefficient.
Let's see, other things, what else? See, so in cryptography, you need to know how to encode a message and how to decode a message, right? You should probably know how to do that with a calculator because it'll be a heck of a lot faster. And if you want to borrow a calculator for the test, you certainly can. The Leon Teeth model, you probably should know what? How to do that.
Do it.
Yeah, and let's not worry about the ones with outside demand for now. So we're just going to do the closed ones. Cool. There's a way to make the outside demand one work, and it's not particularly different. Cool.
Are you gonna put like what, a two area or 3 area or 4 area model on it?
I'll probably give you a word problem and have you draw a picture for one that's kind of big, and then the calculations will be for one that's kind of small.
Yeah, like orcs and elves.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this in kind of like 3 pieces. Piece 1 on the Leon Teeth model is going to be words to picture. Part B might reasonably be picture to,
Leontief, or the matrix, I guess?
yeah, picture to a matrix.
Is that the Leontief model is the matrix, or?
Well, really it's a matrix equation, right? So in doing that, you'll have to maybe define a couple of variables and make sure you get the order right or something. Cool. And then part C is going to be something like what? Yeah, like solve this matrix equation. You guys good with that? It should be noted that another thing you ought to be able to do with matrices is think of them as a function. Cool. That'll help your understanding of not only finding inverses, but tell me what an inverse does. Think about using an inverse in the right spot, kind of thing. Cool. Guys, questions, concerns, deals? Does anybody feel like there's anything we've talked about that's not on this list other than line?
What is slope?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to ask a what is slope question.
Okay.
I just realized we start that in Algebra 1. So at this point, you've all seen that for at least 2 semesters.
Hopefully.
So I'm not going to ask you to calculate the slope of a line or something.
For MN, does that mean just being able to know
That's
what the
being
dimensions of one of
solving
them
system.
are? Or
Yeah, you should know,
That's not
you
always.
should be able to tell me, right? Like, here's a matrix.
Solve.
4 by 2?
Okay, so you can tell me the size of it, right? And then you should know what that size means. So this is a 4 by 2 matrix, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which means I can multiply this thing by what and get what?
2 by something and get a 4 by something.
Good. Perfect. And as a function, I would really think about this as takes 2 by 1 things, right? Turns them into 4 by 1 things. That's it takes R2, 2-dimensional space, puts it into 4-dimensional space.
You forgot solving systems of equation.
It's okay. So I realize that's a little bit heavy. There might be a question about, like, why would it be weird if you had a 4 by 2 matrix and applied it to a vector? Like, what's going on there that's strange, right? It's got to be smashing something.
It's not augmented.
Okay. And then, yeah, so this is a reasonable complaint, is that I said augment,
That's not.
and really there's another thing there, which is, what?
Solving the systems of equations.
Yeah. Oops, wrong
You
thing.
have to augment by something. You usually augment by the other matrix.
So there's 2 different things you can augment by, right? You can augment by a vector, in which case you're solving a system of linear equations, or you can augment by the identity matrix, in which case you're finding an inverse, right? Both of those are fair game under augment. Cool. Questions, thanks?
So augmenting by a vector is what you said?
Augmenting by a vector is solving a system of equations. Augmenting by the identity matrix is a way to find an inverse. Do not expect to have giant, horrible, solve this huge matrix equation thing.
You could
Yeah.
call it RR, yeah, if you want.
That's the button to calculate it.
It's the button you calculate it.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Other deals?
Use for a question.
Okay.